Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Predator 101, everyone's least favorite class. So, today we are going to be doing Barreled from Animal Crossing. I mean, Donald Morrison. Um, so let's just get into it. Let's dive right in. All right. Let's see here. Donald was 48 years old at the time he began chatting with a girl he believed to be 15 years old with a screen name Snakes on a Girl. A fast mover, he made the decision that very night he started talking to her to come and meet her after an extremely short chat. He said he would be coming for sex and to suck on her breasts, but warned the decoy that he had erectile dysfunction so he wouldn't get very hard. I need to read this chat log. Arriving in his best sweat-stained shirt, Morrison started small talk with the decoy as he sat down and began to munch on the cookies at the table, mentioning chocolate chip cookies were his favorite and how he would make 10 dozen of them for when relatives came to visit. Chris Hansen would then show up and ask if he wanted milk to go along with the cookies, to which Donald replied, unfazed, "Sure." Donald would go on to say that he had been caught twice before in Texas and Michigan for meeting underage girls and taking pictures of them, but the police could not make the charges stick. He then says that he has a mental problem and a compulsion to meet underage girls, and he doesn't usually do this activity, despite being arrested twice as well as admitting to have met a dozen underage girls online. He would also admit to Hansen that he was a watcher of the show and saw the ones where the men tried to have sex with boys. Donald would also finish his cookies, give permission for Dateline to put his story on, thank Chris for kicking him in the pants, and then go outside to get arrested. Yes, he was being arrested. He went into diabetic shock. Was it because of the cookies? Was it the cookies? Ooh, guys, my bong is still turned on, so some ASMR for you. Click, click, click. She is still lit. Okay. So, let's leave it at that, okay? This is a South Park interpretation of Donald Morrison. That's absolutely hilarious. It very much looks like him. Okay, now that we have our reading out of the way, let us do our watching. So, this right here is Donald Morrison's segment, and this is the raw segment, which means no Ruba. But here we go.
Hello.
There he is.
Hey, take a seat. I'll be right there.
I couldn't find the place.
Oh, I know. It's so hard to
Oh
find.
my god,
Donald
homie is
Morrison
so sweaty.
was one of those characters who, had it not been for the graphic nature of his online conversation with someone he thought was a young teenage girl, it would be comical. What's going on?
I don't know. I just was talking to her and she said come down and visit her. I have a compulsion with for younger women, just meeting them. I've met about a dozen of them online.
Did you ever get in trouble for it?
Well, I got in trouble because I met a girl in Michigan,
And how old was that girl?
17.
And what trouble did you get in there?
Well, her grandfather wanted me to
Homie is so nonchalant about all this, isn't he?
try to charge me with something. They couldn't do anything. So they arrested me for trying for possessing child pornography because I had nude pictures of her on my computer. They ended up dropping the charges.
I see. And how did you get the naked pictures of the teenage girl?
I met her in Michigan, and I took them.
How is this dude so nonchalant about it? Like, there's obviously something wrong with him because he doesn't see anything wrong with this. Like, he knows that he can get in trouble for it, but, like, he doesn't see anything wrong. He sees children as adults. Like, everyone's on the same level. Like, no one is is in a higher position of power because of age. You know, age doesn't determine how much power you have over somebody else in his mind, I think.
You took the pictures of the girl. Morrison just laid it all
Oh
out
my
there.
god, shut
That's
up,
great.
Chris.
17.
Most of them are like 21, 22.
And tonight, though,
21. Sorry, the way it says 21. It sounds like that one kid.
17.
Most of them are like 21, 22.
And tonight, though, you were
21.
willing to come meet a 15-year-old.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You don't know why.
Well, I know why.
Well, you treat this like, you know, you forgot to pay for some candy at the grocery store.
I came to met her because she told me that she was bored. And I said, well, do you want me to come down and meet you? And she said, sure, come on down. So I said, okay. That was it. I know it's wrong. I shouldn't have done it. I knew I shouldn't have done it.
Why'd you do it then?
I don't know. Just,
You do know, and I think they all know. It's just admitting it is the issue.
just, because when people sweet talk me, I fall.
In Donald Morrison's mind, he
my
truly
God.
thinks it's okay. It won't get real hard.
Well,
Sure,
hold
I'll
on,
give
hold
it to you to have sex. It's okay. In Donald Morrison's mind, he truly thinks that if you know, a young teenage girl says it's okay to have sex, it's okay. You say,
So Chris actually said something substantial for once. He wasn't just reiterating the fucking point again, like he tends to do. But yeah, he made a point. Just like I had said earlier, he sees everyone at an eye level. Like, he doesn't see children as vulnerable because they're children. He sees them as just other people that I can have sex with, but because they're so young, people on the outside think it's weird. Like, he doesn't understand that there's a reason behind it. It's not just because it's icky and gross. It's because it's icky and gross, and you can fuck a kid up. You not only no, not can, you will fuck a kid up.
if you are ready for sex, I'll give it to you, but I have erectile dysfunction. Won't get real hard. Sure sounds like...
Chris, did you have to read that? Like, oh my god, like, listen, I'm glad he did read it. I think that's so funny, but I'm sure there's so much more he could have read. Did he have to mention the ED? Come on.
You were preparing for a sex act.
I was preparing for, because she said that, you know, I said, if you saw what I said, if you want it, I will give it to you, but I'm not going to force anything that you don't want. I'm not going to force myself on you.
That doesn't make it legal, though.
I know it doesn't make it legal.
I want you to be honest with me. If I wasn't here tonight, and a young girl was, who was alone and willing to have sex, what do you think would have happened?
I could say honestly, yes, it probably would have if she would have, you know, said, hey, let's go for it.
And you don't see anything wrong with that.
Yes, I do see things wrong with it, but I had lack of judgment.
Here's this guy who's...
No, I don't think he sees what's wrong. Because, for example, one of the reasons why I won't go rob a bank is because I will go to jail if I try to rob a bank. This is so ridiculous, but whatever. One of the reasons why I won't go and rob a bank is because I will go to jail if I rob a bank. That's the biggest reason. Another reason, and a much smaller reason why I won't rob a bank, is because a lot of people hold money in that bank, and therefore I will be stealing other people's money. I won't be stealing from a corporation. I will be stealing from regular people who worked hard for their money. So that right there is a moral dilemma, and I wouldn't rob a bank because not only will I go to jail, but it's wrong, and I understand that I will hurt people. I will hurt other people if I do this act, you know? So, like, what I'm trying to say is that because I know something is wrong, I understand the repercussions of this wrong act. So I understand that if I go rob a bank, I'm going to be stealing money from people who worked hard for that money. And that's wrong. So that's me recognizing that something is wrong and me understanding that me doing the wrong thing is going to have a consequence. But this person doesn't understand that there's going to be a consequence for the child, I don't think. Or they do and they just don't care. And I want to give these people the benefit of the doubt. I want to give them, you know, the opportunity to be at least semi-passable human beings, you know? So I'm not going to assume that he just doesn't care. I'm going to assume that he doesn't understand. And until I'm proven otherwise, I'm going to, you know, change my opinion and my words thusly. But until then, I'm just going to assume. But Chris finally said something substantial.
You know, middle-aged, who's not especially well-dressed. And
I'm trying to tell my folks about it.
you are.
Yes, sir.
How do you think they're going to react?
Oh, I know my mom's going to take my computer and completely throw it away.
You're 48 years old, Donald.
Look at
Why
that
should you
smile.
rely on your mommy to...
On your mommy. Why should you rely on your mommy?
Take my computer and completely throw it away.
You're 48 years old, Donald. Why should you rely on your mommy to
Mommy.
do discipline here?
Because,
Because if he were left alone, he would be doing this kind of thing left and fucking right, because nobody else would do discipline for this dude. Because if he were out on his own, he'd be doing this shit left and right until somebody stopped him.
I said, lack of judgment, you know, being lonely, having no girlfriend,
Going out with your friends and having a few extra beers and then waking up the next day with a major fucking hangover, that's a lapse of judgment. You know, getting something that you normally wouldn't get on the menu and then it ends up being really shitty, that's a lapse of judgment, okay? You know, thinking that you were... Well, and I guess... I don't know. But, you know, this isn't a lapse of judgment, especially if you've done it at least 3 times.
Physical contact with anybody. Just, just lost it.
Ultimately, Donald Morrison says, you recognize what Dateline did, or did you think what the guys caught on Dateline to catch a predator right now? He recognizes me finally. When you said you thought the Dateline stories were pretty bad, did you think the stories were bad because of what Dateline did, or did you think what the guys caught on Dateline did were bad?
Some of the things that Dateline did.
So wait, let me get this straight. So when you say you thought that the Dateline stories were pretty bad, are you talking about the stories or the guys who were caught in the stories?
The guys who got caught in the stories, and I know this is probably going to be on Dateline too, so go ahead and put it on.
Like we needed permission, Donald. Like we needed permission.
Well, you know who I am.
Yeah, I know who you are. Once I recognized it. You know, I recognized the voice. I don't really watch Dateline. I mean, I'm usually working 2 to 11.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
I understand. I know who I recognize from the voice.
And everything you've just said and done has all been recorded.
Okay.
And if you have anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
Just saying that, I shouldn't have done it. I mean, this is something I normally don't go out and do.
Normally don't go out and do. You've done it twice already, dude.
Donald, you're free to walk out that door. That same door you walked in.
Thank you, sir.
He probably smells
Thank you for
moist.
bringing, kicking me in the pants and setting me straight, Chris.
God, this...
Let's say it'll be the first and it'll be the last time.
First, you've done it twice already. How many motherfucking times am I going to say that today? Take a shot every time I say you've done it twice already.
I'll give you permission to even monitor me if you want to.
I appreciate that.
Monitor. No one's going to waste
I'm willing,
your money on that.
if I can find a counselor, I'll go to counseling.
Maybe he should have help. Also a little, he thinks maybe that's not going to work.
Okay.
But you're free to go. The way this is set up, there was some tendency for some of these guys to try to go out the front door as opposed to the back door.
Where's the door at?
Straight back.
Yo, he gets
Right to,
lost on
that
the
door right
way.
there. He steps off that back step, which is kind of a big step, and boom, Fort Myers police are right on.
Oh my god!
What physical threat
Yo,
did
they
Donald
tackled the
Morrison
shit out of him.
pose? Probably not a great threat.
I knew this was going to happen when Dateline was in there.
But you never know what somebody's got
I
on.
wasn't
And you never
thinking,
know
no.
how somebody might react once they walk out of a house after being on television.
I'm diabetic.
Do you have any needles in your pockets?
No, sir.
Go with your knees to your chest. Roll up.
Get my glasses.
We got him.
The arrest is made. Morrison goes into, a diabetic shock of sorts. And they didn't want to take any chances, obviously, so they actually took him to the hospital. He was actually handcuffed, as I recall, to the stretcher as he went in.
That's
he was
so
treated
funny.
And ultimately released and was processed and charged.
Donald Morrison, you're charged with a sex offense against a child, fondling a victim 12 years of age or up to 15 years, and obscene communications with a computer to seduce or solicit a child.
Your Honor, may I ask a question?
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. He was sentenced to 9 months in jail with 3 years of sex offender probation. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, that was Donald Morrison and all of his fucking glory. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for coming to class. Now I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna edit these because I've made 2. I made a Lorne video just a second ago. I might upload both of these back to back, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe if I'm feeling spicy. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.